was elected mayor on June 19th. A little bit background about Harry. Harry's a chemical engineer. He's president of Royce International, a multinational corporation involved in the manufacture of industrial chemicals. He's married to Dr. Chandni Anand. He has 2 children, a daughter Nikita and a son Angad. Mr. Anand has been a resident of this village for 10 years when he first built his house and moved in here. Ever since he moved to this village, he's been actively involved in the community. He was appointed to the position of trustee in December 2002. He won a hotly contested election in 2003 for the trustee position. He serves as the village police commissioner, which contracts with the Nassau County Police Department for police services. As I said, he'll give his time for anyone. I know that, being a friend of his and not even being a member of this community. So I think the village of Laurel Hollow is benefiting today by having Mr. Anand, Harry Anand, as their new mayor. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution, bylaws, rules, and regulations
Constitution, bylaws, rules, and regulations
of the Village of Laurel Hollow,
of the Village of Laurel Hollow,
and to faithfully perform the duty
and to faithfully perform the duty
of mayor of said village
of mayor of said village
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, your mayor. You know, we live in the land of Teddy Roosevelt. And Teddy, many years ago, gave a speech called The Man in the Arena, which today, to be politically correct, we'd have to say the person in the arena. But Harry exemplifies that. Teddy's point was that you got to get involved. And he wasn't talking about just politicians or sports heroes or things like that. He was talking about everyday citizens. Get involved in your country, in your community, because it's the people who get involved that really understand what life is all about. They feel the ups, the downs, they get the successes, and sometimes the failures. But that makes us better people. Harry understands that. As you heard, he didn't move into the community for 5 minutes before he got involved. That is this man's nature. He's a giver, not a taker. And that's important. We need more givers. We have too many takers.
With great humility, I accept the honor of serving as the mayor of the Village of Laurel Hollow. 25 years ago, when I left my country of birth, India, I was leaving the largest democracy in the world to come to the oldest democracy of the world. I landed at JFK with a freshly minted engineering degree in my luggage, ambitions of a successful career in my mind, and values in my heart which believe in helping others and giving something back to the society. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "We must constantly be reminding of what we owe because of what we have." And my friends, I owe a lot. This land of opportunity, this symbol of liberty, this beacon of hope, my country of adoption, United States of America, has given me an opportunity to thrive as a professional and an entrepreneur, an environment to raise a loving family, an opportunity to serve the community I live in, and most importantly, wonderful friends like you.
It is so nice to see an American of Indian descent becoming a local village mayor. And Harry, I hope that will be an inspiration to the entire Indian community, especially the young people. But it is even nicer to see a good and decent man who has the best interests of his community in his heart become the mayor of this very, very special place, this very, very special village of Laurel Hollow.
I say this is a fantastic day. I've known Harry and Ann for many years, and I don't know of any finer person. He's a good family person, and he gives and cares about his community, and he gives to his community. And that's the epitome of a good citizen and a good man. The village is very, very lucky to have such a man of his quality and his drive. He will do good things. He will do good things in a very positive way.
And talking about inculcating positive values in students, especially today, on moving a little beyond Laurel Hollow, talking about education in general, how do you see the way we are moving forward in terms of improving the quality of education as well as understanding of values of life amongst students?
Well, we certainly have to make sure that the schools do the first thing that they're responsible of, and that's teach the reading and the writing and the arithmetic. That's their primary function. If they do that right, they will inculcate within the youngsters the desire to learn more and the desire to be part of their community as a whole. When you learn about your country, when you learn about your state, you learn about your community, you grow with respect. You understand. Your family gives you the values. Your family, your religion, your faith. That gives you your values and your beliefs. The education that you get and that we are trying to bring to our young people will help them enhance that. And hopefully they will make our area a much better place to live, work, and play.
In all these years, when you have dedicated your services to the community as a leader, especially in this particular period of time, what are the big challenges that you feel are significant for America, be it terrorism or economic challenges? What is it?
Well, the terrorism, the national government will take care of, although we all have to help. But the economic factors are my biggest concern because that at the local level is probably the most important thing we do. It is an extremely expensive process to live in New York State and in this part of the country. So my job, one of my jobs, is to bring the cost of government down so that people can afford to, one, enjoy the money they earn and to make our place a much better place to live. Because if you can't afford to live here, if your children cannot afford to live here, then what's it all about?
And in that direction, what policies you have supported wholeheartedly, and what are the changes that you would like to see in the governments?
Well, we would like to see tax cuts on the state level, and especially in the property tax area. The property taxes take into regard the value of the property, not so much the income of the individual. So there are many people that live in this village who bought their homes or got their homes many, many years ago when things were a lot cheaper. Today, their incomes, because they're retired people, have not gone up, but the values of their homes have gone up and their taxes have gone up accordingly. So it's made it very, very difficult for them to live here. So the more we can reduce the size of government, the more we can reduce the cost of government, cost of health care, things like that, to drive waste, fraud, and inefficiency out of the system, the better it is for everybody. And then everybody can enjoy this beautiful community.
And lastly, having Harry Anand as mayor of Laurel Hollow also sends a message to all the Indians who are here. And in particular, anything specific that you would like to share with viewers who are from South Asia watching ITV?
Harry is the prime proof. If you get involved, if you care, and you're a good person, your neighbors will realize that. And they will love you, and they will elect you if you choose to go for public office. Not everybody has to run for public office, but it's the getting involved, the becoming a good neighbor and a good friend to the people around you. That sends a message that you care. When people realize that you care, then you can do anything.
This is, as you can see, a very picturesque location. It is considered as one of the best locations in the world for water sports. What you're now looking at is Cold Spring Harbor is what it is known as. And all these boats that you see in the front belong to the residents of Laurel Hollow. So every resident in Laurel Hollow has a right to moor one of their boats here. And now as you see towards the left, this is the Laurel Hollow Beach, which is a private beach. It's owned by the residents. And that platform in the middle and this rope around it is a swimming area. So typically we keep 2 lifeguards here, and that's for the safety of the residents who can come and enjoy this beautiful beach, and their kids can swim and have some fun. If you focus it to the right, right on that side, right across from the harbor, what you see there is the coast of Connecticut. Right on the horizon there, that's Connecticut, and that's the Stamford Harbor. To the right here, if you just zoom on this side, right here to the right of the screen, what you're looking at now is called Lloyd Neck, and that's a beautiful state park there. Again, a very picturesque area there. To the left, if you go back the other way to the left, is that's where that's Oyster Bay Cove and Cove Neck. Those are the two communities there, which are again recognized as some of the most picturesque locations here on Long Island. So this is what's called the North Shore, which is also fondly known as in United States as the Gold Coast of America, because a lot of who's who of America and a lot of old money is here. So that's what Laurel Hollow is all about.
How do you feel after having taken oath as mayor of Laurel Hollow?
I feel very honored to have this opportunity, and I look forward to serving this village.
As mayor, in what way you would be serving the community for those who have no knowledge how our village is run in this part?
Well, I have been serving as the deputy mayor for the last 2 years before this, so I think I have enough training that I should be able to manage as a mayor. But a mayor is basically CEO of a village, and this is the local community. So similar to like a town or a county, you have the ultimate responsibility for everything that goes on in this village.
You have been selected to take this position, which is a very responsible position. What are the qualities that people of this town see in Harry Anand, which gives them the confidence that they should elect him?
I think it's my spirit of public service, and as I said in my inauguration speech as well, these are some of the values that I brought with me as an Indian when I came from India. And it is unfortunate, I sometimes tell my friends, that when we come to this country and we get so mired by wealth generation and making money and having houses and everything else, that we forget that basic fundamental tenet of us as Indians, which is giving something back to the community, which is in Hindi and in Punjabi called seva. And seva is not only in a temple or in a gurdwara. Seva is something that you do for the community that you live in.
कहा जाता है हरि जी कि जब समर्थ होता है वो सेवा कर सकता है. तो in the past 25 years you have reached to the position where you could serve to the best of your ability. Tell us what do you consider are the important factors that contributed to your success? You are president of Rice International, a multinational company, and the values that you brought from India 25 years ago, how they were your companion on this ladder of success?
I was always very entrepreneurial when I came to this country, and my sister will tell you on the day I landed in 1982, there was absolutely no doubt in my mind that I will be successful. I came here to be successful, and that was a mission. So as far as the career is concerned, I'm very pleased that I've achieved all my goals and I've achieved my dreams. And then it came a point that, I did not start this public service after reaching a certain level. I was involved in whichever community I lived in from day one. And I think that should be the spirit that I would like to see in the rest of our community.
Especially these days when so much talk is going on about immigrants feeling that after 9/11 they're not treated at par, or the country is not as fair as they wanted or expected to be. In your case, did you ever come across any experience which would suggest something like this?
Fortunately not. I have never experienced something that I would feel that I was discriminated against or looked differently in any way, shape or form. As a matter of fact, I tell my friends that being an Indian today is an asset and not a liability. And if you keep that in your mind and you keep that in your heart, I think the success follows.
And being mayor of Laurel Hollow, of course, it sends a message of inspiration for all Indians settled here. But especially individually, what would be your message for the Indian community?
Get out of your homes, get out of your gurdwaras, get out of your temples. Participate in the community that you live in. Do something for the community you live in. expand your horizons, be a part of this beautiful society that we are living in. Don't just restrict yourself to your limited spheres.
Well, this village is unique. Obviously, it's an affluent area, and the policing requirements here differ from some of the policing requirements elsewhere in the precinct. And when we select the officers to patrol this area, we're looking for somebody who can meet the needs. And Officer Soleri, who is standing next to me here, is a perfect example of that. Sue Soleri is the type of officer who understands the intricacies of a village like Laurel Hollow, who has the ability to decipher from the real problems here and some of the issues that go along with this type of community. It's a very community-minded neighborhood. It's a small town USA in a big county. And Sue has really perfected the policing requirements for that, and we're very proud of Sue's accomplishments here. And that's very critical to me as a police commander, to make sure that I can find the right person to service a community like this. The mayor here and I have a long rapport. We go back several years here. He's an excellent mayor. He's excellent to the community. He's going to be fantastic as a mayor. And we're looking forward to a great relationship with him.
Inspector Steve, for those of our viewers who are not very much familiar with the way administration functions here, in what way your interaction with mayor is significant in taking care of law and order situation here?
Well, in this precinct, we have 12 different communities, and not all of them have incorporated villages. So when we deal with an incorporated village, there are certain ordinances within the village that pertain to small items. There's ordinances that pertain to parking, for example, right here at the beach, and residences using this beach, and non-residences being excluded. So there's a lot of smaller intricacies here in the village that we don't see in other areas, and that all comes into the mix. Because this is a community where people know each other, there are other issues that pop up on a smaller scale than do in Plainview or Jericho, where there's a bigger population and people aren't as familiar with one another. So here, I kind of liken this as a china shop, and you need to put the right person in. You don't put a bull in a china shop, you put the right person in a china shop, and Sue Soleri is that type of person.
Lastly, again, I would request you to share your impressions about the new mayor, Harry Anand. You have worked with him in a different capacity. He was police commissioner earlier, probably, and deputy mayor also. Tell us, what are the qualities that you see in this man which you think are worthwhile for a mayor of Laurel Hollow?
I first met Harry when he was a civic association president, and I think the number one quality that he possesses is a true interest in his community and his neighborhood. He is a man who gives of himself to the community. He's interested from the heart, and from the heart first and foremost. He's also an individual who has the right balance between finding out what's really important. When issues come up, Harry has a keen sense of determining what's really important, what's not so important. And he addresses those things that are really important, and he takes care of those things that aren't so important in a very nice, delicate, and diplomatic way. So I think Harry will have just the right mixture to really succeed here as a mayor. And his rapport with the Nassau County Police Department couldn't possibly be better.
Laurel Hollow Village has a new mayor now, Harry Anand, and Mrs. Harry Anand, Chandni, Dr. Chandni is with me. I would begin by asking how you feel him becoming mayor.
Oh, I'm very proud. It's a great moment for me personally. And of course, it's a good thing for the village. He's an extremely dedicated worker, works very hard, very sincere, and does it for the right reasons. And so I'm very proud of him.
Do you think the additional responsibility that you have taken up is going to have its own demands on your family life?
I hope not. I think, again, one of my motivations was to show my kids how to be a part of this great society. And my daughter, Nikita, if you ask her, her ambition is already to be in the White House one day. So hopefully I'm providing them with the motivation and inspiration to pursue their dreams, just as I have pursued mine.
Now, Dr. Chandni, being a professional, then kids, then his additional responsibilities, is it difficult to manage everything and maintain harmony?
Well, it's always a challenge, but life has to be full of good things. So this is a good thing.
And what do you look forward to in this village, when Harry Anand is taking on this responsibility of mayor?
Oh, I hope to see it to go better and better. The village is a beautiful place. The residents are wonderful, and we want to keep it that way and maybe make it even better. So that's what we hope for.
And in America, especially, people say that the percentage of people who go their separate ways after staying together is more than what it is in India. What do you think are the secrets of harmonious life of togetherness?
I think it's to be able to understand each other's goals, to be able to applaud each other's successes, and to have that loving experience where not only you only look at yourself personally, but you encourage your partner to achieve their goals.
And what would you say?
I say all of that, and I think commitment. You have to be committed to each other and to your family, and also in that sense to the community, to the nation, and it's basically commitment.
Taking this liberty on this special day, what do you consider to be the two most strong points of Harry Anand?
I think he's very sincere, and he's very outgoing, and he's a hard worker, and he wants to do the right thing and be involved.
So there were more than two, actually five. I'm happy to hear that.
It's hard to narrow it down, When you have a lot of good things, it's hard to narrow it down.
And same question to you for her.
She holds up the family pretty well, and she's very dedicated to both my kids and myself, and allows me to do things and pursue my goals.
That is more than what he can ask for.
Yes, I'm going to have that in writing.
And now going the other side, what do you think are his weaknesses?
I really don't know. It's a good question. I got to think about that one. I don't know.
She's an exceptional wife, because you don't ask a woman, and she has a list of the weaknesses that her husband has. So I won't ask her about her weakness, but how did you manage to develop this kind of an image or impression?
I'm not sure what kind of image. That her image?
No, the image that she has for you.
I guess I've probably done equally good job on her as I have done on the community which has elected me as the mayor. So, in politics they say all it requires is to fool 50% of the people. So, here it was only one person I had to fool.